Marinated chicken gyros are on the menu today. They are so simple. We're gonna make a few components so you have all the bright flavors. You have a great salad topping, a tzatziki, all of it coming together for a perfect gyro that you can make all throughout the week, have leftovers, make for family. It's gonna be a good one. Let's go. Good gyros start with good chicken or whatever meat you're gonna use. In this case, we're doing chicken thighs because it's simple, they have great flavor, and they maintain really good moisture. I wanna make sure they have even more flavor with a really good marinade, so that's what we're gonna make here. Now, I think you can go a lot of different ways with the flavors, so this is what I like to do when I'm making them. You know, I live in Iowa. I don't live in Greece, so these aren't gonna be authentic, traditional. They're gonna be what I make for them. So we're gonna have some dry dill. When I'm doing something like a marinade, I like to use dry things. A little bit of oregano, dried also. I think it works better in a marinade. I do like a little bit of fennel, and oftentimes you cannot find like a good fennel pollen around here. So I put a little bit of just whole fennel into a little mortar or this is a spice grinder kind of, and I just grind it up. And what that does is release all those little seeds with so much flavor. I mean, look at that, it's beautiful. And it just is able to work into the marinade. I'm also gonna add in some fresh garlic, but we're going to put it through a press because I want it to really be able to add that flavor directly to this. And you can see it just kind of squeezes out. And that's where you're gonna get that intense garlic flavor because it's breaking all those cell walls. Now we want a little bit of sweetness. So again, we're playing with the tempering of kind of balance of all flavors. So we need some honey. This is also gonna help it brown really well. You can do this both when you're cooking it on the grill. We're gonna do it maybe on a grill pan because it's super windy today. We're gonna do a little bit of Greek yogurt. What this is gonna do is actually coat, it has a little bit of acidity, but also add that beautiful complexity, I think, to the finished dish too, which I think is really essential. Salt, super important, add salt. We're doing a lot of chicken. We need to make sure they're seasoned. Pepper, also essential. If you can fresh grind it, it's gonna have more flavor, and then some olive oil. We're gonna whisk that together. This is just to combine everything. It's not really anything too picky here. And what we're gonna do is directly to this, we're gonna add all the chicken to it and just make sure it's well coated. So I'm going to, you can use your hands, you can use a spatula. We're just gonna put the chicken thighs right in. I think thighs are a great pantry staple. And we're just gonna stir that all together, coat them really well, then put them into the fridge so they can marinate and that flavor can fully penetrate and coat everything. While that chicken is marinating, and about an hour before I'm going to make it, I actually have a quick Greek salad topping. I like how I like Greek salad topping as opposed to Greek salad because we're not gonna do a vinaigrette or anything. We're gonna keep it really simple and we're just gonna use the same components you would in a salad and put them together for a little bit of flavor and some nice crunch on top. So what I have is a hothouse cucumber, English cucumber. The reason we a lot of times like to use these is because year round they're good. My cucumbers in the garden are not ready yet. So I'm gonna kind of quarter it and to do a kind of a rough dice. And then I'm just gonna chop it up. Do you see how perfectly this chops? That's why we like English cucumbers. They're just easy and they kind of work every time. This one, I will say, has a brightness inside that usually they're a little bit whiter. This one has a creamy undertone, which I'm kind of liking. It's kind of pretty. But we're gonna just do this all right into the bowl that we're going to serve it in and mix it in. We're not doing anything heavy. We don't need a vinaigrette, so it's really simple. After the cucumber, I just take cherry tomatoes. Again, if you have tomatoes in season, cherry or not, use those. Other times of the year, use what's good. A cherry tomato is always delicious. It's always sweet. You can quarter them, you can have them, you know, if they're a little bit long like that, sometimes then to me it makes sense to quarter them in lengthwise, but what's great about a cherry tomato, they're always sweet, they're always good, and they're gonna be perfect on top of these gyros. And then we need some onion. So we're gonna use red onion. It's a little bit sweeter. I always think it's better when you're doing something that's fresh and it's not quite as abrasive or strong or, I don't know, it can just be too much otherwise. I like to give it a quick dice. Nothing hard, but just throw it all in. So do you see how we're doing this all quickly in a bowl? And it can be done, you don't wanna do it too far in advance because what happens is when you salt something, which we're gonna do, it pulls out sometimes too much moisture and can keep breaking it down. So what I'm gonna do is just give it a quick toss. Nothing too much here, but isn't that, it's just beautiful. I think there's just nothing like that. We're gonna crumble in feta. I like a lot of feta. So feta cheese, you get that beautiful sheep's milk. Sometimes it's other milks, but traditionally with a sheep's milk. What I like about it is it has that bite. It has kind of a seasoning on its own, and look how it just brightens that whole dish up. Now to finish it off, we need a little bit of salt, super essential. and some cracked black pepper. Stir that all together, and this is ready to go. You can just set it in the fridge for the next hour. If you're doing it right before, it can just be ready to go. I think a few minutes, maybe at least a half hour to an hour before. But the best part is, without a vinaigrette even, it's so good. I could eat that whole bowl. Just like a taco, this is all about the toppings too. So we have the salad topping. Now we're gonna do a quick tzatziki. Now, you can see I'm squeezing out the cucumber, and I'm doing it in a way that I would never tell you to do it, but I don't feel like cleaning sometimes a kitchen towel, which would be easier. I'm using paper towels, double stacked. And yeah, you could tear them pretty easily because they get wet, but you can see it can work. So then maybe you have less cleanup. So I grated it on a box grater, hand grater, whatever you use, then open it up. So what we're getting out is just some of the excess water that's in cucumber, because cucumber is high ratio of water. And we're getting it all out as much as we can. There's still some in it. And then we're gonna put it right into some full fat or just whatever Greek yogurt you use. I always have Greek yogurt on hand because that's pretty much what I have for breakfast every day. Some garlic that you can grate or mince finely, which again, flavor. We're doing flavor here. We're doing just a delicious dip, if you want to use it as that. Some lemon juice, which I think is essential. So we're adding a little bit of moisture back, but you need that flavor to kind of wake it all up. Of course you need, no questions, some salt. You need some pepper, and then some fresh herbs. Now here, might sound surprising, I just went out to the garden before this. Some of my fine leaf kind of frondy dill is ready. We're gonna put some of that in, and then some mint. Mint to me, just a little bit, goes a long ways, but it really makes this beautiful flavor pop that I think is like so delicious in a good tzatziki. And again, you can make this a couple hours before, hour before. I think it's good to always let it sit a little bit, but then just stir it all together. So we have that garlic in there, we have that cucumber. Oh, it smells so good, the fresh mint. Mint added to so many things is a surprising twist, but it really works. It's not just for tea when it grows in the garden. It's actually for other things too. And already this smells delicious. So we have everything ready. Let's start grilling chicken. I'm taking the chicken out. I have the grill pan, so you can do this on the grill outside. It's a little windy today. We're gonna do the grill pan, which makes it nice too because everyone can have a grill pan. You just have to know how to properly heat it. I always preheat it, make sure it's well seasoned. You can put a little bit of oil on it if not. There is oil in this too. Thighs usually open up when they're deboned and skinless. I'm just gonna set them across so you hear that. They don't take long, but we're gonna fully cook them obviously until they're well browned on both sides. I'm gonna check the temperature and do it in 2 batches on this. When you're working with a hot surface like a grill pan, a skillet, it releases when it's ready to. So if it isn't yet, you wanna make sure it's preheated and well heated, but then once you can lift it, that's when you wanna, look at that beauty. That's when you wanna turn it, is when it's ready to release. Because if you do it before, you're gonna start pulling pieces of the chicken off and it's gonna stick too much. So we do it on both sides. I have been washing my tongs in between. Don't mess with food safety. You don't wanna get sick. Wash it in between so you get the rawness off of it, and then we're just about done. Other than making more of a mess, an indoor grill pan works great. And you can see I really like to get a char on them. I like to get those black edges. That's what you want, because that's where the flavor is. All that color, it always equals flavor, anytime you can. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna chop them up. We're gonna do like either nice slices, but somewhat fine, just so it can like fit on some pita or in a pita, however you like to do it. But you see, look at that. Look at the beautiful moisture we have in there. This is why thighs are the unsung hero of chicken sometimes. So we have pita. You can grill it if you want to. You can cut it in half and stuff them inside. I like a whole one. And I like to kind of more just have them a little bit warm. I don't always grill them. It just depends what you like. We're gonna start with chicken. I love to get all different types. I love the charred edges. That's what I really want. And I like a lot. This is one of my favorite meals, by the way, if you couldn't tell. I love to get some of that salad topping mix. I mean, it really is a Greek salad without any of the extra dressing because we want the flavor to come through on everything else. A little bit tzatziki. My mouth is watering, by the way. You get the flavor, you get the creamy tones, kind of like that bite. You can put some extra crumbled feta on top if you want to. There's no one stopping you. There's quite a bit in the salad, but I like more, right? Why not? And then you can just go to town. This is the best dinner, and you can have the leftovers if you want, make a big batch, eat on them during the week. I love it. I love all the different layers in here. Granted, if you don't want pita, make a delicious salad out of it. But each one of these is fresh, it's flavor forward, it gets so many different elements of the season, cucumbers to tomatoes, great delicious chicken with those bright flavors and the lemon. It all comes together in such a great way to make kind of like a grab and go as you want them on your own, for a family, for a get together, for a gathering, for friends. It's a great go-to, so I hope you make it. More so, I hope you share this around, because the whole point of good food is to share it, bring people together. So I hope you share this video, I hope you share the recipe. Let me know what you think, and as always, if you want the full recipe, it's in the video description and on my website, wiseguy.com. But until next time, I'm gonna finish eating this, and I hope you make them soon too. Good.